Okay.
I'm all hopped up on kombucha.
We're also recording on the cameras?
We're live.
Okay.
Which one you want me to?
It's on you, all you, babe. You're good.
All right, here we go. Oh, all right, good. San Francisco 49ers fans cheer when their quarterback goes down. Boo. R.I.P. my sweet Yana Novotna. You were a true champion, but everything's going to be fine because Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got engaged.
Thank God, I can sleep.
This is Sports Without Balls. And then I insert some really fun music. Oh, my God, Sports Without Balls fans, friends, family, it's Erin Foley. We're back in the booth at All Things Comedy. Happy post-Thanksgiving. To my right, hostess with the mostest, Trish Suhr.
Hello, Erin Foley. Happy post-Thanksgiving. And to my right, the very talented, funny as hell, we've been laughing so hard we forgot to hit record, Adam Ray.
Oh, thanks so much, guys. Happy pre-Passover. I know a lot of people aren't
I'm getting
the
geared up.
pre-holiday.
Pre-Hanukkah?
Yeah.
You went all the way to Passover.
I'm skipping Hanukkah, going
Okay,
right to
sure.
Passover.
Okay,
the
no
more
judgment.
fun of the Jewish holidays. Hanukkah gets skipped over because it's around too much extra festive days. You know, Passover kind of lives by itself.
It
Like
does.
St.
Okay.
Patrick's Day is around there, but like
It is its
considered
own.
more of a boozy day. And Passover, I guess Passover's boozy for the Jews. It's as boozy as we get. I feel like Rosh Hashanah, no one's getting too fucked up.
I get
Can you say Rosh
absolutely.
Hashanah on this podcast?
I get.
You can.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but only once. I get shit-faced during Passover.
Do you really?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like day one, whiskey.
Yeah.
Day night two,
Have you ever gotten?
bourbon.
Have you ever been to a Passover where there's a lot of marijuana and people are just making up the story of Passover?
No.
It's pretty great.
Please invite me.
Yep.
Because I've never been to a Jewish. Oh, I've been to one Jewish wedding. That was awesome. But I've never been to like a
Seder.
a Seder.
Yeah.
Is it always called a Seder if the meal, the big event after? Because you're talking to two Catholics right here. So.
Sure. Is it so? You saying like from year to year we could change the name of the holiday?
No, I didn't know. No. Like the dinner after, an event after. Because I've been one time after Rosh Hashanah. Forgive me. Rosh
Yeah.
Hashanah is the one that's fasting.
That's the Jewish New Year. That's yes.
Or Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur is
is
the
the fasting.
fast. Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year.
I got invited to a break the fast.
Yeah.
Okay, but my girlfriend Jamie Nissenbaum didn't tell me that's what it was called. She said, "Hey, do you want to come after we have the holiday? We have a big dinner. Basically, it's just time to eat.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you." I said, "All right." And then I didn't realize it was kind of like Thanksgiving-ish, where everybody got up and said something positive and whatever. So the rabbi, with their family friends, point of the story is they came around and asked me, and I wore my big-ass cross, like, I don't know where I thought I was going. And I got up and said, "I'm so tickled y'all invited me to time to eat." And you just heard, like, silverware drop. And people were like, what did she just call me?
Whoa.
Time
to eat. I
Time to
didn't
eat.
know.
That's okay.
I didn't
That's your
know-
version.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the food was killer. By
Yeah.
the way, better than any Thanksgiving I've ever been to.
For real, yeah. Jews go big on the holidays.
Big.
I was thrilled this year with Thanksgiving, not because of the food and company, which
Yeah.
is obviously number one and number two. Well, number one, company, number two, food. But,
For sure. Because the company can make the food better.
Amen.
Yes.
Or worse.
But what
Yeah.
happened this past Thanksgiving, because we have to, I'm going to have to reel everybody in for this next 4 hours, is the Cowboys lost to the LA/San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
And it was a gift that kept on giving. Hours after the game, I go, "Remember when the Cowboys lost in front of all of their fans?" And everyone go, "Yay!" And then right after was Giants Redskins, and I was thrilled
Yeah.
Great
that the
game.
Giants lost. 'Cause
You were.
2 words, Saquon Barkley. I want the first or the second pick. I
Yeah.
want everybody fired.
Are they tanking it? And Eli's gone for
No,
sure,
they're
right?
trying.
To the
No,
Broncos? What do you
Eli's
think?
not gone. He's not gone.
You don't want him to leave.
No,
Oh,
of
she
course I
loves
don't
her
want him to leave.
Eli.
I
No.
love Eli Manning. He's got one more year. Anyway,
Sorry,
so
sore subject.
Yeah,
We can talk about my parents' divorce if
it's
you
not.
want me to.
It's not
if you
his
want me
fault.
to equal out
It's
the,
not his fault. It's not his fault. I mean, we
It's
go,
not
we
his
go to the
fault.
we go to the playoffs with great defense. If we don't
Yeah.
win, oh, it's Eli.
Yeah.
It's
well, it's
so
always,
annoying.
You always put on the quarterback, right? In any situation.
If there's no Peyton Manning, Eli Manning is respected. If there's no Archie Manning, Eli Manning is respected.
If there's no Papa John, Papa Murphy gets a lot of heat.
Yes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Totally.
It goes in every
Cyclical.
side of
Yeah.
yeah.
He's quiet, and he
I
likes
think-
to antique with his mom, so everyone throws him under the bus.
Guess what? I'll take Eli over Peyton any day of the week, any game of Madden of the week.
Oh.
I think Eli's
That's promising.
will go down as a better quarterback. I think he's going to get a resurgence wherever he goes after New York. Rest in peace. But I think he's more
too.
fun to watch. I think Peyton
I'm with you.
I think Peyton is so boring and
Vanilla.
yeah. Look, he's
vanilla.
better on SNL than Eli was. I'll say that without even blinking an eye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
but
they've
Peyton's
got
got all
different
the
means nothing.
Peyton's got all the personality.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know. I think I would take. I think I might take that's a hard one because I like them both. But I think I would
If you're
take
on a desert
Eli.
island and you can have one Manning.
Gun to your head.
Oh, Eli. But that's just like for company.
Yeah.
I do think
I don't know,
though
it's just you two
Eli's
out
got
there.
that magic in the playoffs in the Super Bowl that.
But let me ask you this, because I'm with Adam on this. I think Eli's just been in a rut and been done dirty. I
Yeah.
think he's going to go to a new team.
Yeah.
Let's just riddle me this. I know it's not your Giants, and this is a little bit of an RIP.
Can I suffocate myself with my own hoodie? Oh, go ahead.
Will you still follow him and love him if he goes
Great question.
to, let's say, the
Oh, God.
Broncos?
I've got the NFL ticket. I could watch my Giants, and I could watch wherever my sweet boy Eli plays.
Because I do think he's going to have a massive comeback wherever he goes, much like Peyton. Like he did his time. He did his time with the Colts. He left and went to Denver and became baby Jesus. I think the same is going to happen to Eli.
Now, that you do bring up a great point, and I'm not going to stray away from football too hard here, but just to piggyback on the supporting a guy when he leaves, Kevin Durant, I did not support him when he left Seattle, but he was only there for a year and then left.
Okay,
so it was
that's
almost
fair.
like, it's
And the
like,
whole
you're
team
dating
left.
a girl for
Do
a
you know
year.
what I mean? That's different. The
Yeah,
whole
your whole
team
team
left.
deserted
Totally.
you, which is not
Yeah.
fresh.
So I couldn't even. It's date for a year, date for 8 years. Yeah, you go. Yeah, I wish you the best. You
Yeah.
know, you were around. You gave me a lot of good times. 1 year.
Yeah.
You just like real big
How about
dick
if you date
tease,
for two?
and now I got to watch you fuck everybody else on national TV.
Yeah. How about if you date for two
In
and she says
Oklahoma.
all along she doesn't want a wife or a kid or committed relationship, and now she's in one? Okay. Hey, you guys. Hey, we're back. Hey, we're back, you guys. Listen.
You're good at segues.
Really
So
good. Really good at segues. Let's talk, Adam. You are all things Seattle.
Yeah, baby.
And so here's how the podcast is going to shake down. We got some NFL. We're in the throes. We're in the throes of the NFL.
Week 13.
I'm all things Seattle, but I'm a Trojan. I went to
Okay,
USC
so-
during the Pete Carroll. Basically, that 30 for 30 that
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
there, I was there that time.
Good. We'll talk
So
about that too
now
because
he's my pro coach. So, but UW, University of Washington. I mean, I was them before I was when I was a college football fan. Truly, it was University of Washington. But then when you go to a school when they're the greatest,
Yeah.
maybe college team ever, like there's no way you can't
You have
go.
to
Oh,
absorb
now
that.
that's my
Oh,
team.
yeah. And
At least for a little
UW
bit.
won the Apple Bowl,
Sure, the Apple Cup.
the Apple Cup.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well,
they won it though.
My ex went to Washington State, so
It's a big deal.
I watched that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's an intense rivalry.
No, it's fun. I didn't know about. It's fun, when you learn new. Like I was like, how cool! It's like an Apple Cup.
Yeah.
Like I loved everything about it.
And when they go to Pullman and for Washington State, those games are usually very cold and snow. It's like a Lambeau Field type environment. So
Yeah.
people get also Pullman. There's just not much to do out there. So they wake up,
Bananas.
they drink.
Yeah.
If there's no football going on, they drink until football starts.
Yeah.
Even if it's like March and football's
Yeah, I was
in
gonna say, even if it's
October.
They
Monday
watch
and
it on
it's a
ESPN
Saturday.
Yeah.
Classic and keep it pushing.
Well, we're gonna do some. That's great because we're gonna do some college football. This is
Great.
this is the time of the year where E. Foley tackles
that.
literally and figuratively some more college games. And next Saturday is like the mecca.
It's a big day.
The games.
It's like
Big
Sampras versus Agassi
I'm
Yeah,
super
love that
pumped.
reference.
all day long.
All day long.
Yeah.
I literally wrote down the schedule because I started canceling plans.
So much.
And I've got a 9:30, a 1, and 2 at 5. I'm not doing anything.
You're not doing a
next
damn
Saturday,
thing.
December
I'll send you
2nd.
Postmates.
And then we've got I've also decided I'm going to write out the entire collegiate women's volleyball bracket because it was just
Wow.
announced.
Erin?
Women's collegiate volleyball they are so
Big fan of it.
good.
See
They
it
are
live.
so good.
It's like hockey. It's better live.
yeah,
You know what
so
I'm saying?
I'm going to go see
See, I didn't grow up with
Volleyball.
volleyball, and then ironically,
But Kentucky
Kentucky
got like what they considered a number 1 seed if it was like NCAA basketball
their-
brackets. They're number 4.
It's insane. We didn't have it then. I mean, that's half the reason they didn't have tennis when I went. That's why I played for Arizona State. So it's like it's very joyful.
Kentucky didn't have tennis.
Not not NCAA at the time.
Right. Is it just not? What's their deal
Yeah,
with,
we're
with
not
that?
basketball.
Oh, that's
Did I mention we have basketball?
Yeah.
And then we have basketball.
Yeah.
And then football, and then basketball.
So if you try
Yeah.
to play tennis, you're just like you're a weirdo. There's like,
No,
oh, good,
they-
like hit the
they'll-
ball against a garage because that's your scholarship, basically.
You're not going here.
Yeah.
You're not going in this state. You can come. It'd be fun. It's a club sport.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. So that wasn't going to pay for my
Yeah.
ride. So, yeah, now they do have it. And volleyball, I mean, I don't think any of us were tall enough, and we didn't have volleyball. You got to play tennis. I was like, you put 2 sawhorses up. We didn't even have volleyball proficiency in high school. I was like, who are these girls they got playing volleyball?
Volleyball is a,
It's king
It's an
now.
underrated sport,
Well,
Yes.
it's
It's,
also
it's more exciting than like UFC, which I feel like has taken a real big turn in the last 5 years, as far as popularity.
Oh,
I think
yes.
volleyball is
Yeah.
next,
volleyball.
and hopefully bobsledding.
Hey,
And fucking you make a John Candy movie about it and you can't get a little bit more recognition?
I'm on that team any day of the week. Some Jamaicans and a bobsled. We need it all.
They need a
weather.
volleyball movie that's Cool Runnings-esque.
Or like
like
Blue
American
Crush.
Anthem.
Remember Blue Crush?
Remember American
Oh, I
Anthem?
loved American
What's that?
Anthem.
The gymnastics.
The
one.
gymnastics movie.
Is
with,
Megan
um,
Lapino in it?
Megan
Lapino?
Rapinoe.
No, no, it was in the 80s. It was
Oh, she married Gretzky.
Janet Jones.
Yeah, she married
Janet
Wayne
Jones
Gretzky.
and don't tell me.
Oh,
not Greg Louganis.
no, Mitch
Gaylord.
Gaylord.
Mitch Gaylord.
Mitch Gaylord.
Mitch
I'll
Gaylord.
pull it up for
It's
you.
one of the greatest
It's
sports movies of all
so-
time.
I love that. I'm going to
You're-
watch it.
you're gonna
my
watch it.
God.
And it's about volleyball.
The heat between those
No.
two.
Oh.
It's about gymnastics.
Oh, also great.
But
I feel like the next gymnastics movie, unfortunately, is going to have to be about all the shit.
Oh, I
gonna,
haven't, Adam. We haven't even covered it because I'm so
It's
disgusted.
going to be like John
And he-
Turturro playing one of the coaches.
no, playing the doctor.
Playing
You know the
doctor.
doc.
God,
He
he's
just
gonna play the
he
coach.
pled
Pled
guilty.
Did he?
He pled
yeah.
guilty.
He's-
I
That
was
makes
like,
me so sick because, like,
They're little girls.
Well,
man.
but worse, here's what's worse, and we'll cover this for 2 seconds and be
Yeah.
done because I want to choke him out.
Yeah.
Here's what I feel like, though, karmically,
oh, yeah.
in the hierarchy of prison, he's going to, whatever he's
Oh,
done,
dude,
it's
he
coming back to him.
better.
Because they don't put up with that in prison. They actually have some
it's
kind of
the
moral
number
compass.
one.
I don't know if you know that.
Oh yeah,
So if the prisoners.
pedophilia. Prisoners will kill you.
Pedophilia and rape are the two.
Well, they'll rape you and then they'll kill you.
Yeah.
But those are the two. Like,
I
if
don't
you're
know what
in for
order.
that everybody's
That makes
like
you feel
you're
a
done.
little better, right? Like,
It,
it's like
it makes
justice.
you feel like doubly sick, but
Yeah.
given like what he did,
Also,
like
give it
there's
up for some
no-
of those prisoners that are like doing that.
That-
It's like you're
yeah.
kind of a hero in prison. Like,
Right.
It's Batman.
do you get a couple years knocked off your sentence for doing that?
We wish. I would be okay if it was a little bit more like Hunger Games, and you were like, "Listen, we appreciate
No
that you took
shit.
some people
When are they
out.
going to start televising prison?
It's right around the corner,
Just taking
honey."
those cameras and putting it on. I don't know.
locked up at MSNBC.
Yes, but actually
Pax,
make it.
Pax needs to get back in the game. Pax, Oxygen, Lifetime. They're missing out without a late night show, dude. Dude, live prison
Live
fights.
prison.
I don't know.
No.
Live prison
Live prison
from Pax,
Like
from the
ex-
people that brought you those Kirk Cameron movies that nobody watched.
with an exclamation point.
Yeah.
Live prison.
Exclamation point.
Oh my God!
and make it competition.
It's like a reality show. It's like Big Brother meets.
Yes,
Prison.
Yeah,
Ninja Warrior.
that's the pitch. Come on, Pax.
Don't
Give us
anybody
50
try
bucks.
to steal this.
No, it just when you said that, like I know you're right, but I immediately was like, oh God. But
Yeah.
that's what you feel like because there's I don't know. I don't want to go
Yeah.
off on a tangent, but like 20 seconds. I don't know if can you argue there's anything worse than
No.
what he did as
No.
a fucking human
Well,
being?
and what's worse? There is nothing worse other than if he actually killed them. Like the only,
Yeah, I was
the
gonna say, or
only
hurting a senior citizen, like helpless,
yeah,
senior
children.
citizen. At least you had a good run.
Yeah.
These kids are 8, 9 years old.
starting that young. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay. Anyway,
so-
that
okay,
doctor
so-
is gonna. I hope he gets his dick chewed off.
well, that is there's- now that volleyball movie. What is?
American Anthem.
Is it? Okay, so
Oh
there
wait,
needs
no,
to be
the
another
volleyball
one. though.
movie that we have to do. That was gymnastics.
We
Okay,
have to
gymnastics.
write
Well,
the
there needs to
volleyball
be
movie.
one, and there needs to be. I mean, whether it's a, there's got to be a miracle type story in a
Yes.
volleyball in the volleyball world.
And you know what? I just learned this because my niece, she plays volleyball, and she's my size. She's barely 5'2", and I was like, "Will you play volleyball?" Like I don't know
Yeah.
anything about it. And she goes, "Aunt Trish, I'm a libero," and I was like,
nice.
"Why are you saying it?" Like I
Yeah.
don't. I got no. Like she can walk under the net, and I was like, "I don't understand what you do in volleyball." It's just. I'm the libero. Well, I didn't realize there's always some little short thing on there
Yeah.
that like digs and is under the net on purpose. And I thought, God, this is so cool. So it needs to almost be from the underdog libero. You know what?
Oh,
'cause-
you need to take a little bit of Remember the Titans, a little bit of Coach Carter,
Yes.
a little bit of Sandlot, a little bit of
Hoosiers.
Miracle, a little bit of Hoosiers.
Rudy.
Put it all in a big
Sprinkle a Rudy.
sports movie soup. Sprinkle a little bit of Rudy in there.
I've got to
Drop a Denzel in, stir it up.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
Denzel's
gotta-
got to coach something.
This could happen. Do you guys remember Karch Karai,
Yeah.
beach volleyball?
Yeah.
So Karch Karai coaches our Olympic women's
Did
volleyball
not
team.
know that.
Yeah. And let's say plot line, you make him like a big drunk, after his beach volleyball career, just like couldn't get
Like
his shit
Tin
together,
Cup, like Kevin
Tin Cup.
Costner. in
Sizzles
Tin
out.
So
Cup.
Yeah.
Karch Karai-esque character
And he
just
loves
goes
Tin
into the
Cup.
dark, and all he does all day is rock back and forth and watch Tin Cup
And quote the lines.
and quote.
And he zooms back and he goes, "Man, I wish does anybody know any of the lines from Tin Cup?
I can hit
love
anything with a
golf."
7
How about this?
iron.
There it is.
Laces out.
Laces
We'll
out.
borrow it from another movie. And then he's just like, laces out, brr,
Yeah.
spike, and so then, this women's team bands together, like, no, we need you. And then, half the women's team, like, some of them don't have legs. And they're like, okay,
Don't have legs.
like,
Yeah.
there's like one, the big hitter's got a fake leg.
Yep.
And then Karai gets reinvigorated with these, like, killer, awesome female
You got to throw in
players.
a refugee in there from some country that came over and doesn't even know
And
what
that's the
volleyball
little
is.
Like
one.
dodgeball.
That's the little one that does all the setting.
Yes.
Libero.
Because she's like a power, tiny Asian lady
Yeah,
that can
Asian,
set like
but she's
a
from
motherfucker.
Yugoslavia.
Oh,
So you're like,
didn't
we don't
see
even
that
know what you
coming.
are.
First 10 years spent in a closet.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
That's like an Olympic story right there.
I'm crying already.
And her and the one with
Her
like
nickname is Lazy Susan. She just kept spinning
yes,
around.
and
Oh,
she
this is
loves
terrible.
Suddenly Susan.
I can't, because it was the only show they had.
And so everyone's like, you calling her lazy because all she does is watch Suddenly Susan, and she doesn't
No.
like.
All of a sudden, she's
commit
like the
to anything.
greatest setter
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you guys, this is going to be a lifetime.
Volleyball is already so intense live. Like when you shoot that cinematically, it just like.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do is put most shots on a dolly, have some cool zoom ins, cut to the scoreboard, and the commentators are going to be so intense.
Yes.
It's going to put volleyball on the map.
You guys.
This is a great
We're
Sam
writing
Rockwell
idea.
probably plays like
love Sam Rockwell.
maybe one of the dads.
Yes.
Maybe Ed O'Neill plays one of the dads.
Well, like that.
Yeah.
You got to have the younger, hipper, like a Paul Rudd, who just accidentally, like, just totally loves his daughter and has no idea what the hell it is.
Yep.
And is totally into his phone and doesn't
And then
pay
one of the
attention.
girls, almost like Elena Deladon, one of my favorite WNBA players, she was like full ride to UConn.
Yeah.
But just couldn't handle it. She couldn't be away from her family. So you've got one volleyball player that had like a full ride to like a Texas or a Kentucky or
Pepperdine, even.
Stanford,
Sure.
one of these top teams, and then she goes to this smaller college.
Dude, like Adam Banks and Mighty Ducks. Remember?
Yes.
Emilio stole him from the good squad and was like,
Yes.
and
You
everyone was
guys.
like, "You're a cake eater," and I still don't know what that means.
I don't either.
I think it means like you're rich, right? Like you get cake.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that
yeah.
what
like
that
you,
Or did
anybody
he
can
have
get
like
cake.
a lot of
Go to
frosting? on
Costco,
his
man. You can get a
face,
Costco cake for like $10.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
He had
say.
frosting on his
or-
face.
Frosting, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
cake eater,
Hey,
literally.
you cake literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Shitty nickname, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very creative. I'm a kid.
Yeah, I know. I saw
Yeah.
frosting.
I watch a lot of Suddenly Susan. So.
Probably cake. This is if anyone was driving during this 5 minutes of the
Yeah,
they'd
if you're
be
playing
off
the
road.
Suddenly Susan drinking game, I think it's been mentioned twice. One more, and that's a bottle of Patron down the gullet post Thanksgiving.
I'm going to help everybody out. Susan. All right, here we go. Well, we just nailed our volleyball segment.
You
But
guys.
seriously,
Yeah.
I always do this. Like I say this every week, every other. This is the time of the year where we're going to get lucky because the Olympics start soon. Where
wait, by the way.
a lot of
Has
female
anybody seen
professional
those
sports,
commercials? By the way, they
you don't
creep me
have.
out.
What'd you say?
Have you seen the Olympic commercials? Is it Pyongyang? Is that where it's happening?
Yeah, in South Korea. Yeah.
Have you seen the commercials
No.
that look like
No.
a Mentos hat?
Great.
Okay, I'm
I've
just
been
letting
full
everybody.
support of that.
It's freaking me out. I was like, I don't understand why everybody's marching in the streets. Like, I'm gonna pull it up, you guys.
Okay.
It's going on our Facebook page.
No, this is the time of the year, where we don't have a lot of women's professional sports.
Yeah.
So I go deep in collegiate, but we'll get a boost coming soon because we've got all like the skiing championships. We've got all winter
Women
sports
dominate a lot
championships
of the Winter Olympics. It's
into
pretty
Winter
great.
Olympics,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Well, just to even see like the the ice hockey. I'm gonna have to call in sick all of February.
There's women's ice hockey?
You're kidding, right?
What? It's really.
I haven't really paid attention to the Winter
They're
Olympics
so good.
since '94.
Really?
I've watched in the Summer Olympics. I just love so much because of basketball, and
Yeah, they're just
the winter though. But I do love them. But I watch it in so many broken up like segments that I
Yeah.
don't think I get a full meal of all the sport. I never know everything.
I'm going to
that's being
send you the
competed.
schedule for the
I love
women's
that.
hockey. It's going to be. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter who's playing. They'll be somewhat competitive.
I bet it's
and
awesome.
then it'll be Canada-U.S. for the gold medal. Canada
Great.
always beats us, but tune-up
Well, that's their
tournament this
sport.
year, we beat them 3 out of 4 times, so we have a chance. We almost won 4 years ago.
Why isn't there professional women's hockey?
There is.
Mm-hmm.
But
What's it called, though?
It's a bunch of failed leagues, but this league might stick. Right now, there's 5 teams,
It
all in the
should.
North,
That
all
seems
in
like a
New
no-brainer.
England. Small, smaller venues.
Yeah.
But it's privately funded.
Cool.
It's like there's like a Boston team, a New York team that plays in Jersey. I think they play in Newark.
Who's the Wayne Gretzky of the women's hockey league? What's her name?
Oh, I would say Hillary Knight. Hillary Knight.
Great name.
And Kessler, who plays NHL,
Yeah.
his sister, I think it's Megan Kessler. She's amazing. There's some, and they can't check, so they have to stop on a dime. Amazing athletes.
They can't check.
Yeah, there's no checking.
See, I have a big issue. We'll go down this rabbit hole another time, Adam. But I have an issue because I think kids now are being raised co-ed everything, and we still put upon them the male, female, everything separated, right?
Yeah.
So I would love a lot of sports that genuinely athletes should be able to go to that next level, but women aren't going to be afforded that. But basketball, we have this argument a lot in basketball. So I have the similar argument in hockey, meaning I think that they need to start creating battalions, co-ed battalions to go out and deal with things, because I used to poo-poo the WNBA like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Erin had to sit through me. I was like, just get rid of it. It's a tax write-off.
Whoa.
Well, because I said this is ridiculous that they're not putting that kind of funding into these amazing athletes. It's silly.
Yeah.
But when you watch the fundamentals, we went to a finals game. It was unbelievable.
WNBA.
WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
These women, rock stars, lights out.
I think some of them could rock in the NBA for sure.
But they should be battalions where they come in and do the free throws, the fundamental. They don't miss. They don't miss.
Yeah.
And then it's performance based. All of a sudden, your check matters in a whole different way. That's what I think needs to start happening,
Yeah.
because these younger children, they don't care. They play together up until high school. We're the ones that meaning, society.
I also
Yeah.
think the women's hockey should get together, and if they want to check, they should check. If they don't want to check, they shouldn't check. I don't know if they should check or not. I think it's up to them.
Yeah.
Obviously it was done because violence and, or physicality and all that stuff. But when you don't, like, if you watch women's soccer, right? There's a quarter of the flopping. In men's soccer, it's almost hard to watch because of the flopping.
Yeah. Oh
my gosh, it's
you
dramatic.
literally elbow, you touch elbows, the guy goes down. That doesn't exist in women's soccer.
Men's soccer is so.
It's
I
like
mean,
the WWE.
That might be the reason I don't watch it, is the amount of flopping.
But women's isn't like that.
Women's not like it at all.
They're athletes.
It should be on the athletes to decide. It's almost like recess when we used to play tackle football in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Like, the recess teacher wouldn't come over and be like, all right, you guys are doing two-hand touch today because, it looks like Todd Giese grew a couple inches over the summer.
Yeah.
Real kid's name, by the way.
I
Todd
love it.
Giese, yeah. This kid, by the way, was like my bully, right? So Fat Adam from 4th grade to 6th grade got teased a lot, right? And Todd Giese, that's all right. I'm fine now.
You're a handsome young
okay.
man.
I know. We'd all love to know what Todd Giese's up to
Yeah.
right now.
Todd
I'm gonna find him
Giese
on Facebook right
used
now.
to wear bum equipment sweatshirts, and he would make fun of me, so I would call him a bum. Which, again, lack
Hey.
of creativity, but it was written all over the
Was it?
chest.
Right,
It's like,
yeah.
you're a bum, Giese, right?
Yeah.
I was like a dad in the stands, like,
Yeah.
you're a bum, Giese.
Were you wearing over like large khakis?
I was, yeah. I was wearing hammer pants and a
Okay.
jersey that was too big for me to hide
Zeke
my tits.
Cavaricis?
What's that? Yeah.
Remember those?
And so Todd one day was just like, we were all, again, we just decided we'd get on the field and we was like, all right, tackle today or not? Like, just deciding for the recess, depending on the Seattle rain, how muddy the field was. We'd be like, yeah, it's going to tackle today. And he was just laying into me, like, just with these, not only tackling everybody and just being a total dick, but just really laying on the insults that day. And then I remember I said something back to him, something about him being a bum and something else. And then he looked at me like Ferdinand the Bull and just fucking charged at me. And all I did was kind of do like a little like quick fat. I was quick fat, so it was like a little quick, quick fat juke. Like I'm gonna get the Pop-Tarts. Well, I'm getting mac and cheese, and did a little like shake. And he ran right past me and slipped in this like big pile of like mud,
yes.
and fell on his ass and got covered. Had to get emergency clothes. Remember those?
Oh,
in
yeah.
high
Oh,
school?
my God, I
If you
remember. I
fucked
haven't
up
thought
your
about that in
clothes,
forever.
he had to get emergency clothes. And dude, it was straight out of a Disney movie, because when
Yeah.
he slipped and fell, like kids cheered because he was
Yeah.
such a dick. Anyway, shout out to Todd Giese. I hope you're still with us. But if you're not, dude, that's fucking karma. But no, emergency clothes that was like
Emergency clothes.
There's
I
nothing
thought
worse.
about that.
No.
There's nothing worse than emergency clothes.
because it was always like a purple turtleneck
that
and
smelled.
sweatpants that smelled
and some weird pair of corduroys.
Yeah,
Yes,
with
a
stuff
weird
in
pair
the
of
pockets. They
corduroys.
didn't even clean out the pockets. So you put your hands in, you're like, oh, I just felt the top of a chapstick. Like that, you know.
Is this an M&M? Are these my mother's pants?
Yeah, you should never have to ask if this is an M&M
Nope.
or not. Just no.
A piece of dentine in the back pocket. It's just the inside of my mother's purse. I love all those stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk some NFL.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
I'll
been
time
an
us.
exciting year.
I have to say this has been
Says everybody.
been one of the worst football seasons.
It has. The amount of injuries.
It's just the injuries, but I think this started maybe 2 years ago, and it's getting worse and worse
Yes.
and worse and worse. And I have to say, is this the
it's only
start
gonna
of
get
the
worse.
downfall
Yeah.
of the NFL?
Oh, look, the Seahawks might have lost Cam Chancellor and Cliff Averill for good. Football might have lost them. Yeah.
The injuries are that bad?
Oh, yeah. Did a lot of research today and some extra listening of Seattle sports radio and like, man, what a bummer.
Yeah.
It'll be their choice, I think.
What's
Cliff
wrong?
maybe.
What's wrong with them?
Well, Cam's neck, and you
don't-
how much you want to fuck with your neck when and
You
he was probably going to get another little payday in a couple years, but he just got one, and I think he's chilling.
Yeah.
He's had a good run.
Yeah.
Cliff too, but I think his is more. He can come back. It'll be their choice, but it sounds like with Cam, like the neck thing. Like, I mean, what do you?
The neck
the way
thing.
he plays too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just give me a break.
That's Legion of Boom, right?
Yeah.
End of the Legion of Boom, maybe. And Sherman, what? Knee, ankle? What was
No,
it?
Achilles.
Achilles.
Rupture.
Oh,
He'll be
which-
back.
Yeah,
He'll be back.
He'll be back because he's also just. I mean, he hadn't missed a game. He played through.
I love him.
To hear
he
him-
can honestly do no wrong.
Right?
I'm a
He's amazing.
huge
Thank you.
fan. And
And-
his backstory is unfucking
People are so quick to dismiss that because they're just like, look at this outspoken like guy who turned a couple of fired up catchphrases into some commercials and like, dude, do you know his family story? Do you know where
The
he
family
came from?
story
Oh, yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
And he went to Stanford.
His dad still works as a garbage man.
Yeah.
He won't take like handouts. I mean, I'm sure he takes like
Education,
trips. And
education.
Yeah.
Boy, he winds up at Stanford and
Yep.
one of the best.
Third round draft pick, I think.
Yep.
And just
I
gets
love
a
him.
shot. Like and here's why I think the Seahawks will be fine. And even right now, the fact that we're hanging in there with a depleted secondary, it's like we have this next man up mentality, which is where we've gotten most of our guys. Like even
Yeah.
Cam, I think was a third round, at least third, maybe second. But like Sherm was replacing Trufant or whoever was before him. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be fine. But like a guy that becomes that big, those are rarities where a guy fills in and has that type of a story and becomes same with Doug Baldwin, but as long as Pete's around, I think we'll be okay.
But I also think if you look
I
at, like,
agree.
I watched the Saints-Rams, and
Yeah.
the Saints had all their starting corners and, like, a safety were all out. It's almost like every team is decimated. So it's if you hang on to, like, some of them, you have a better chance. But at least it's not like, oh, my God, two teams are just out of it. Because, like, the injuries on every team have been substantial. Now, obviously, it depends upon the position. You can maybe get away with a corner or a lineman and stuff, but you can't get away with, like, Aaron Rodgers or
Oh, they're
you know what I
trying
mean?
to,
Like
and it
you're-
sucks. It's
yeah,
just like,
it's painful.
well, Hunley played.
Yeah.
I saw the second half of that game. I was like,
This
Wait,
week, but the week before, oh my Lord, it was a shutout. It
how
was
much of these
painful.
injuries do
I
you
forget
think?
didn't
Steelers this
Didn't
week.
he play for no? Didn't he
Oh.
play for UCLA? Hunley. Who did he play for? Yeah, UCLA. Because I was like, I know his name. I don't know how I know his name. UCLA. He'll be fine. But I thought he played as well as anybody could be. Also, I love the fact that I was watching. You know how much I hate Big Ben.
Yeah.
But I was cheering. The only time in my life I was cheering for the Steelers, and Trish, don't hate me, because I wanted more confidence for the Steelers going into the Patriots game.
You hate the Patriots? Is this a hate Patriots table?
No.
No, Trish loves the Patriots.
Oh, yikes.
She has good reason. She's been a fan her life.
Yeah,
whole
that's
life.
fine. Yeah.
Hola.
No, like true fan.
Yeah.
Totally fine. I mean,
You just bought into what they do from the get-go, and you're
I've
like,
been
do
there.
what you got to do.
I've been there from Bledsoe. I've been
Oh, you have? You've been there since Pete.
I have been there.
yeah,
yes.
Pete Carroll,
Oh,
full
good.
circle.
All right.
I have been there.
Then,
yes.
then I'm fine with that.
This is definitely not a bandwagon situation.
Ooh, let's do this. Since we're right in the, let's do this segue. Adam, I have a problem, and sometimes I get an idea in my head. I'll show you a couple weeks ago how
I like to call Erin. Do you ever see the movie Beautiful Mind?
Oh, it's a great movie.
Okay. When it comes to anything football related, really most sports, but specifically football, she goes down a rabbit hole.
This is my rabbit hole a couple of weeks ago. This is me proving the point that Eli Manning gets unfairly shit on. This is the quarterback of every single team. And then the circles are inconsistency and poor quarterback play. The checks are average. And it's 1/3 of the entire league has a shitty quarterback. The top of these are people that have been around the longest. And, you know, they win because there's consistent quarterback play. Eli's, of course, on this list. And then the third is up-and-comers, people on the bubble, just proving once again that Eli is a champion.
I posted this on our social media, and people were applauding Erin's
Well, I've got more.
attention to detail. And then she came in with this.
By the way, Attention to Detail was the name of an episode in season 4 of Suddenly Susan Drinks 6 if you're playing at home.
Hold on.
That is
Okay,
that is an
we love a
intense-
callback.
This is the new one.
That is an
This
intense
what I
amount
did
of
last night.
specificity.
This is last night's.
Wow.
This is what I did. I got sick of the Patriots, and I just was thinking. Listen, I'm not taking away from the Patriots. They're an amazing team, amazing coach. Obviously,
Sure.
great quarterback. Everything's great. You know, cheating, asterisk, scroll down. Some other stuff happened, but
For
anyway.
sure.
But what I
It did.
what annoys me
They did.
is they are in
They
the
do.
shittiest division of all time.
They've got a free ride this year.
Consistently. But so I decided, starting with the last 10 years, starting with 2007, I would add up the win-loss records of the Jets, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and then compare them to the NFC East, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, and Skins, just to determine, once again, how shitty. They get basically 6 free wins a year. You know, I know I'm exaggerating.
I mean, look, they are. I think the Patriots go as Brady goes. Yeah. Although I feel like if Garoppolo.
We're not done with this.
Okay, great.
Garoppolo gone.
You guys shouldn't have traded him.
I know, I agree.
Okay,
But
Jets, 70. This is 160 games over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last 10 years,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I'll give you the numbers and then the winning percentages.
For sure.
The Jets are 74 and 86, .46 winning percentage,
gross.
and in the last 10 years they made the playoff 3 times.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are 71 and 89, .44 winning percentages. They've been in the playoffs twice in the last 10 years.
Laces out, Dan.
The Bills are 66 and 94.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is a
Atrocity.
.41 winning percentages. They've never been in the playoffs
That sucks. Since the Super Bowl.
since the Super Bowl. This is since literally
Oh, since 2000.
2007.
Wow.
The Giants are 86 and 74, .53. The Eagles are 84 and 75, .53. They made the playoffs 4 times. The Eagles, the Giants have been in the playoffs 4 times, winning the Super Bowl twice. The Cowboys are 92 and 68 with a .75 rating. They've been in the playoffs 5 times. And the Skins are 68 and 93 with .42, been in the playoffs 3 times. That's just really another division I pulled out of my butt just because I know the division because I'm in it. And when I say I'm in it, I'm part of the team. The Patriots are 126 and 34 with a .78.
It really
That's
division
crazy.
dependent. Like you really are a product of your environment. And
Absolutely.
the Patriots, I mean, you
It's
guys, the AFC in general though, like
I just want to say, like, I know they're good, but I have to say it irks me that they play 3 consistently, like 3 of the shittiest teams in the last at least 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
It bothers me as a non-Patriots fan.
yeah.
If you're a Patriots fan, obviously they still have to win. It's such a great team, but it just bothers me because the AFC is shitty.
Does Goodell make the schedule? Who's making the schedule?
I would love to know that. I think it's actually off of, this is my guess, I have no idea, but I'm guessing it's off of TVs and sales. Because
yeah,
you
it
would
can't
only
be
do it
at
off
random.
No, but I'm saying like
It'd be off
every
metrics.
our division, like playing Giants, Cowboys, like consistently over the 10 years is brutal. Those division games are brutal.
Yeah, they are.
And maybe you'll get one free pat. Like maybe the Skins aren't good every year. This year the Giants suck.
Right.
But like you're still going to get a competitive game out
Yeah.
of the Giants. You might win. But Bills, Dolphins, I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh my
it's-
god.
yeah.
But the thing about it is now the the schedule this year, and it's not the Patriots'
Do
fault.
you think we should go to a BCS setup?
I just think
I think every team should be in the playoffs, and you play one down, and the kicker has to be involved somehow.
Like a one and doneer, but this is how, yeah. Like
And
almost
look,
like
I'm just spitballing here. This
like
is probably
that.
not the move to go with, but I think there is a way to like heighten the stakes for everybody. I'd love to see if the Patriots are going to have such a free ride. I'd love to see them not be so free once you get to the playoffs. Like they're going to have home field advantage and probably go to the Super Bowl.
the AFC sucks this year.
But like there should be a chance where a team that is like, I mean, obviously the Browns would knock off anybody, but like a team that is maybe on the bubble or even not even going to make it gets a chance to knock them out before they get to the Super Bowl.
It would be cool.
Right?
If it was like bracketology.
well, I mean, you could argue that the setup, but adding the extra wild card, I don't mind the
7-game
playoffs. I know. I mean, I think the playoffs are well formatted. It just feels like. I guess I just got angry because I'm like, okay, pencil in the Patriots, and it's just annoying to pencil in the Patriots.
Baseball and basketball are what both? Baseball, I guess, 5-game first-round series, or is it 7 now?
For first round 5, then 7.
I mean, and those guys don't bang their bodies around, I guess, as much as football at all. But
you can't add any more games to these
not with that
NFL
attitude.
players.
But I think we can talk about it. Yeah,
Well,
we can't at all.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
So, first of all, take the preseason
well, get rid of
away.
preseason. This is if you get rid of preseason and don't have really ridiculous injuries in preseason.
And camp. Guys are, I mean, what
Exactly.
I mean, they're already like, lessening the amount of contact it's crazy. I mean, I remember when I played high school football, the amount of like 2 days, and the first day I even played football, right? 7th grade. And I was on a team, this is like the varsity team that was full of 9th graders. And myself and one of my buddies in 7th grade were just bigger dudes, so they were like, oh, you guys can play. I was supposed to go like 5 practices with no contact. And we had this coach, what was his name, like Rick or Don or fucking asshole Jerry. And he was like, fucking, mustache and then big like starter jacket, University of Washington starter jacket that always just looked like he rubbed his cigarettes out on the coat. It looked like he got that from emergency clothes. And you're like, you're a grown adult. You shouldn't be wearing emergency clothes. You're a football coach, and you're in your 40s. And he would be like, and he was like, Adam, I was like, I'm not supposed to wear pads yet. I'm supposed to not practice. And then he was like, you want to play? You want to be a pussy? I was like, well, dude, I mean, I'm a play, but I'm also a pussy. These guys are in 9th grade, and they've all been playing their whole lives. And there's a guy named Jason Potts who was on the team who made it, just a fucking... really just like, as my mom would say, like, not a very nice boy. And he would talk about how he's like, man, your mom got some big ass titties. I don't want titty fuck. I was like, dude, Jason Potts, you're a nightmare. And then he was like angle tackling me and knocking the wind out of me. 7th grade. I don't remember what the point of the story was, but so.
Something.
The amount of hitting. It's
hitting.
way more in like that. I mean, like the fact that the pros, but then we would get banged up too, and it was just like.
Yeah.
I mean, when we started the season, I remember we didn't have a running back or one of our receivers because, like, we were just practicing so hard.
Yeah.
And these guys were getting fucked up, and it's like, just start the season.
Just start.
Yes, just start.
Just be ready for it and do a couple of calisthenics.
Yes. I do wish, though, I mean, the WNBA switched it. I think this is the second year they switched it where the top 8 teams, whatever the order is, doesn't matter, Eastern Conference or Western Conference, that's how it plays.
See, that's
and it's
what I love.
Awesome.
I
It
love
was
that.
really awesome because now if you look at the NBA, you think
Here we
pencil
go
in
again.
the Cavs Warriors,
Yep.
there'll be a little bit more competition,
That's so
but
boring.
it's so boring.
Right.
But if you might have a chance where the Spurs play the Warriors or the Rockets play whatever in the finals, that would be so much more exciting to watch.
Let the fans pick.
Yeah.
But let it
Give
be
us the power back.
Yeah,
make
let
so
it be
much
the
money.
top 8. Let it be the top 8.
Do the top 8. Doesn't matter what conference. Do the top 8 in NFL. It doesn't matter what conference.
Why is it that easy?
It should be that easy.
It should be that easy.
But there's just so much money involved, right?
But to me though, I think it's been set in their ways for so long.
Yeah.
And now because it genuinely is about metrics, jersey sales, TV time, who does the biggest ad sales. Well, across the board, people we're so transient anymore. No one's from anymore. I mean, my God, half Hawaii roots for Golden State. I was like, what did I miss?
Do they really?
Oh, you go over there. I'm like,
It's one of the players from one of the islands, or
no, they just consider like basically San Francisco and Vegas the extra 2
there's
islands.
like Andre Iguodala loves Jack Johnson. We play Jack Johnson at every beach bar.
Exactly
We're
right.
Warriors fans.
Exactly right. They're like, oh, they open with Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is our people. Boom.
Yeah.
it's the
That's
wildest
the best
thing.
correlation between Hawaii.
Yeah, but it is interesting that no one is from somewhere anymore.
Yeah.
Your allegiance to a team.
I
My
know.
God, I'm from Kentucky. I've root for the Patriots my whole life.
Crazy.
So when not everyone, the point is that not
Yeah.
everyone's from that place. So why don't you just open it up? I just feel like it's antiquated thinking, and it's got to it's got to be
Trish,
forward thinking.
Here's a question, because I know like that's also your wheelhouse of like branding and
I live for
all
that.
that stuff. But like,
love branding.
how much money does the NFL lose if you've got, what is it? Let's say six, right? 6 from the East, 6 from the
Yep.
West. Well, just do top 12.
Yeah.
Right.
You're still gonna. I don't think you're gonna lose. Are
They're
you
not
gonna lose
losing money. They're going to
You're gonna
actually
make
make
money.
money.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Teams
It's
that are
just-
never in the playoffs
You've
now
got
get
a
a
bunch
playoff
of
game.
old white men. You've got a bunch of old white men that half of them probably
That
don't even
never
use.
come. Yeah.
Never come to the game. They
No,
have
never come.
Oh,
They're
that
just-
either. Well, they might because they
No,
might
they're
have
just
enough
pent
blue
up.
pills.
Yeah.
You never know. They might wear women's shoes or something fun. You don't know who they are. But
Braid my hair real quick.
you don't know what their jam is.
I know.
But I tend to think that when you allow just a next generation that
Yeah.
is more forward thinking and less linear, meaning the only way you're watching a game is on the TV. It's like, no, my girlfriend texted me. She was like, I can't believe you're home not watching football on Sunday because I was in Malibu all day. I was like, girl, if you don't think I'm sitting here watching games on my phone, you're high with a backup battery. I was like, there was no one here. I literally had a beach to myself watching football at the ocean.
Dope.
Heaven, honey.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's funny how people just have that very linear thinking. We can only watch it on TV. And I think that's the problem with all professional sports. If you allow the access financially for people to watch teams when they want, open it up to teams that, like you get a Hoosier story every year or the Miracles. Like something could happen every year.
Yeah.
Where you have a team that you're like, I cannot believe it was the any given Sunday and they took out the Patriots. One of the biggest headlines that would rip across anything if we really set sports up like that.
And you're not like in the NBA. The argument would be, it's like, because the playoffs are 7 months long. It's 8 on each side.
It should just be 5 games each.
So it should just be
7
8
games.
total. Like, so I am cutting revenue there.
Yeah.
But I also think it would just be so much better for the sport.
But you're opening up revenue because more teams are now viable. So more people are going to purchase championship merchandise.
they aren't though.
I'm saying if we do our version.
No, but what I'm saying is our version is cutting a little bit. I would cut some teams from the NBA. Otherwise, you'd have to go 1 to 16 in whatever order
But top eight.
because they do top 8 Eastern and Western, and that's why it's 700 months
But
long.
we don't do cut the games. I think we have to cut the amount of games all the way around.
Yeah.
The games are
well,
too
no.
much. It's,
Well, of course. But what I'm saying is, like, can we do this and still have the same revenue and jerseys and all this stuff? I think you can. It's just shuffling the order. It's
Yes.
shuffling the order. And, okay, if you want to keep it, you can still literally do the same NBA and the same NFL play-in. It's just in order of the record.
Yeah.
So it
You
would
think
just be new teams playing each other and
Yes.
not a depleted AFC. Like the opening rounds for the AFC are going to be they're shitty. There's shitty teams this year. There's
Yeah.
been shitty teams for a while. So, and now it's Western Conference playoffs in NBA are so exciting, and Eastern Conference is like, and
wait for the Cavs.
Celtics, Cavs,
Yep.
and who's going to win in 7? Is Gordon Hayward going to get back? We can do it again this
Well,
year.
maybe with OKC too, it'll be a hair more exciting. Not by much.
No.
I mean, look,
really.
let's look at things like NBA Jam, the video game.
So good.
Like, you have a He's on Fire thing. You have a
What does that mean? I don't know.
when
I don't
you
get-
score a certain amount of points in a row and the other team hasn't, like, you get this basketball that's like a fireball for Super Mario.
Okay.
Where anytime you shoot it from anywhere, it's going in, right? Rock and Jock had like the 50-point ball or the 30-point basket. I'm not saying we need to implement that stuff,
Do you
but
think
I think
a ball should be on fire? If
No, but there should
I
be.
think there are ways to even like just make it more interactive, like the same way that there's, the way even like with podcasts where you have like a comments board and people are reading things or people can call in for radio shows. Like, there's got to be a way for fans to not make it more like a video game, but just give more, just to balance it out. Like, if there was
Yeah.
a way like mid-season where it's like Tom Brady might get traded to another team for like 3 games. And you
Yeah.
guys are looking at me like I'm fucking
No,
crazy
no.
right now. But I
That's
feel like
fun.
and
That's
that's
fun.
probably the bad example, but just
No.
something that like
yeah.
that also makes it more exciting, and also where you every week you don't know what's going on because the analysts, you can tell too, they're just so they're
Phone it
trying
in.
so hard to like regurgitate, or at least when something happens to focus on that. But it's like they know what's up. Like they know that right now who it probably is going to be. And injuries, I guess, always is what makes everything a little more.
But now with more and more injuries, like we do picks, right? And people play fantasy picks, whatever. And I've been, watching since I was a little kid. The parity, let's just say 10 years ago, 5-6 years ago, well, there was some great parity.
Yeah.
And you'd be making picks and you go, well, that's a good game. That's a good game. I mean, every week we do picks. And I've been doing it for the last couple of years, and you go, I don't well, that one, I don't know. Oh, all right, maybe I'll watch that one. I mean, I was in and out watching games yesterday, and there was, to me, 3 or 4 watchable games. 3 or 4 watchable games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to see the Eagles because I wanted to see how good they were because I haven't seen them most of the year. I've seen them like in and out. So I watched the first half of that game. It was a blowout. They looked great. I turned it off. Great celebrations.
Some of the best celebrations.
Some of the best celebrations. I can't stand how much I like this Eagles team.
Yeah.
It makes me sick.
Well, that's what I'm
to
saying.
say.
Let's balance it out. Like maybe post game interviews, you throw in like a Daily Double type Jeopardy situation where it's like there's going to be one question that like you have to recognize that's going to be a little off, but there's a lot at stake where it's like, Carson, like you guys play really well. Like you obviously throwing the ball really well. And they're like, "So what's wrong with your voice, man?" "Oh, I'm just fine, And is that Ross from Friends? And he's like asking these questions. You threw the ball. You feeling like a luck? And then like in the middle of those questions, you're like, "Hey, can you recite all the lyrics to Brian McKnight's Back at One?" And if he can't, they go, "You're traded tomorrow for 2 games. You got to go play for the Browns." And now see what happens to the Eagles. Again, I'm spitballing here. But I feel
where your
like
head's at.
I literally just phoned a friend and we just greenlit this program.
like mid press conference. But the Eagles are so dominant, and I feel like they're also when their celebrations are that good too.
They're fun to watch.
You're like, oh, these guys are like so on another level because
and they're gelling.
they have
it's-
time to put into
gelling.
that. Like, yeah, that's every year. There's that in any sport, right? Where a team just comes
Can we also
together
agree
and
that-
healthy. There's no
and healthy.
Let's get rid of the All-Star games for every team because they don't matter. If they matter,
Unless fans can play in the All-Star game, I am against it.
Yeah.
If I can play in the All-Star
Or
game,
like
Start
you
taking the
just said.
celebrity softball squads,
Yes.
and putting them in the
like Battle of the Network Stars, you could
Yeah.
put your favorite TV show people in. Maybe.
also, if you're worried about being injured in season and you don't want to do the celebrity, fine. Just give me the person that just retired last. I'll play with someone that's 80 that I
Yeah.
loved when I was a little kid. I
And-
don't care.
Now, with Battle of the Network Stars, is that like, are they the true?
Yeah, the real one,
or is
not
it
this
like
crap
Hoda
they
and
just
Kathy
yeah.
Lee, or like
and not
versus
like, did you
Hulk
just see what
Hogan?
they tried to bring back?
No.
ABC tried to bring back Battle of the Network Stars. The commercial came on. It was my favorite show when I was little.
Really?
I grew up in Kentucky. Nobody was around. We grew up with the Fall Guy, $6 Million Man. Okay,
Yeah.
Lee Majors. He's
Oh,
from
yeah,
my
Lee
hometown.
Lee Majors.
He's from my hometown, which is a massive deal because we're from the middle of nowhere.
Well,
It's
Lee
literally-
Majors is also a big deal.
He was a big deal,
Yeah.
right? So he would come on for Fall Guy. Him and Heather Locklear out there, honey, running a
Wow.
relay.
Oh, I loved
Do you
Fall
remember?
Guy.
I thought it was the most amazing thing. And then T.J. Hooker, remember
Oh,
that?
Adrian
Okay,
Zemed.
Adrian Zemed. So it was real
Rebecca Lupino.
stars on. I can't with you.
Yeah.
Real stars that were on real shows at that time. ABC brings it back. Who was the first star they show?
Who?
Joey Lawrence.
I'm
Wait,
fine with that.
then
And the dude, Eric Estrada,
Erica friggin' Strada.
who was great in Chips.
He was.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the one. I was thinking it was the celebrity softball game where it's like your dream. It's
Rock
like a
and
dream
Jock.
fan when you're like playing
They
against these
I would watch.
stars.
Yeah, but not just softball. Like the all like.
No,
like,
whatever sport it is.
Like
Yeah.
Ninja
Yeah.
Warrior.
Make it a make it more fun. We are already running
my gosh.
late, so
Okay,
let's do
picks.
quick picks.
Yeah.
Adam, the second team that she says is home.
Okay.
And then we need to talk. Oh yeah, then we gotta shuffle into college, and then we have to discuss how much I can't stand Derrick Rose. Anyway,
Oh,
Oh
no.
gosh. Okay, here we
want him
go.
to be great.
Week 13.
quick impression of Derrick Rose. What's the definition of consent? He literally said that. Anyway, okay.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
a total pick.
Oh,
gross.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
But we'll
All
tell
right,
you
I
the
thought you
rest
just
of
meant you couldn't stand his like, hey man, like
someone
injured,
sneezes,
not
his
injured,
knee
like
goes out.
pick a way to live.
We'll cover him in a hot butter
Oh,
in
he's
a
a
minute.
oh
He's a mess.
oh no.
I know.
He said define consent.
Yes, gross.
Uh-huh.
Dude, what?
I know.
When he brought over like a gangbang for his girlfriend. Anyway,
What?
yeah,
Yes,
he's a,
we'll,
he's
we'll
a
come
total
back to that in
pick.
a second. Yep.
Oh
good.
no, I think we covered it.
Yeah, we did. We did cover
Dog
it.
shit Derek, is that his?
That's his new name.
Yeah.
He hung out with Todd Gracie.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Todd Geesey. Close. He was
Geesey.
greasy, though, in his emergency clothes. Piece of shit.
By the way, real
Rest
quick,
in peace,
Adam,
Todd.
90 and 70 Seahawks, .56.
Yeah, baby.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
In the numbers with Erin Foley.
Yeah.
Week 13 NFL Thursday night game. Redskins at Cowboys.
Okay, so you can't overthink because it took us a half hour.
No.
So you just do
Skins.
gut. Skins at Cowboys.
I'm going Skins.
Oh, Thursday night. I say Cowboys come back and get right their ship and they win.
Okay, here we go. Patriots, Bills.
Patriots.
I love me some Stephen Hauschka. Says his wife, and that's it. I love me some Stephen Hauschka. A one act by Stephen Hauschka's wife. Marilyn Hauschka. It's probably Marilyn. What is her name? Look it up, somebody.
Charlotte is the
Charlotte
daughter.
Hauschka.
Carol, look it up.
Carol. So I'm going. I mean, Patriots. Gronk's a buddy.
Love.
No, he's not.
49ers.
I did one
Bears.
roast with him, and he texted me back once.
That's
I'm
not
like,
bad.
he's a buddy.
I
Wait.
would say he's a buddy.
You have to talk about that because Josh
The
Wolf
roast of
told me
Big
about
Papi.
that when you were in complete makeup.
Oh,
and
just
you
up like a
we have to-
75-year-old
yes, we have to tell her
Yankees
this.
fan.
Oh yeah,
Dustin
we said.
Pedroia.
I said we had to do that story.
Okay,
I
wait.
forgot. Can you do that
Yes,
story?
2 seconds. Let's finish this
Oh,
because
it's a
I have
great
to hear the story.
I got some amazing stories from that roast. So
Yeah,
set
hurry.
aside 10 minutes for that.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know if we have.
Oh,
Set
we're gonna do
aside
it.
4 minutes for that.
All right, can you,
Bring me back.
Can you do it in 5 minutes?
I can.
Cliff note
You could
that.
do it in 2 minutes.
Sorry.
I could give you the Suddenly Susan rundown.
Okay,
from-
great.
I've
All right,
drank.
quick.
I've
All right,
got a
pick.
drink.
All right.
Hold on.
Picks. We'll do that story,
It was a suddenly Susan. Okay.
and then we have to do college football predictions.
Great.
49ers at Bears.
Oh, who cares? Bowl number 18. I don't. The Bears look terrible. The 49ers. 49ers.
49ers, because
Oh,
Grop's
Bears.
in, right?
Yeah.
Joy.
Baronhart, Brandt,
Yeah.
Bethard.
Bethard went down.
Vikings at Falcons.
That's a good game.
That's a great game. I'm taking the Vikings.
Oh, Vikings
They're-
defense,
yeah.
Falcons offense is clicking. I'm doing pure home field advantage. Going with the
Ooh,
Atlanta.
Nice.
Oh.
That Vikings D though, it's
Oh, it's
reminiscent of my
substantial.
Seahawks 2013 D that exposed Peyton Manning's O face.
The
True
old
Come on.
what do you call it? Heart pads on Case Keenum. He wakes up this season.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh
Rich-
God.
Teddy is so bummed, huh?
Teddy's like, I
Texans?
did everything to get back on the
all
field, and
timing.
this fucking white dude came
yeah.
out
Oh,
the
God.
cobwebs.
I love you both. Texans at Titans.
Titans.
Boy, who gives a shit? Table for two. I'm gonna go Titans. Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on that.
I say Texans.
Okay.
Okay. Browns at Chargers, y'all.
Oh my God, no one's gonna watch Chargers.
Well, as Rebecca Lobo once said, Browns, baby. She said it just like that too.
Really?
Are you picking the
A
Browns?
lot of people don't do Lobo. Yeah, I'm picking the Browns just because nobody will. It's Browns at who again?
Chargers.
Oh
here.
shit! I'm sorry. Let's go back in time real quick. Chargers, baby.
Okay, just checking.
As Rebecca Lobo's mother once said, Chargers, baby.
It's a real divided household.
They
Rebecca
could
and Mama
never get on
Lobo.
the same page.
Mama Lobo's constantly.
Rebecca Lobo's got a great story of how she met her husband.
Does she?
Yeah.
Love that.
At a
That's
bar, he
cool.
was ripping on women's basketball. She's like, "Why don't you come see a game?" He came to see a game. He's a sports writer. Fell in love with her in the game.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
that's the
Where's
best.
Hey Pax? Are you listening? You got two movies,
Two
all
movies.
locked and loaded.
2 movies. Yeah, he was a sports writer.
you
that
kidding me?
shit on the NBA,
That's so
WNBA.
good.
That actually is a great
Yeah.
ABC Family.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'd
Which-
watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, ABC Family is the king. I guess now Freeform, the king of holiday movies with
Yes.
stories like that. Like
That fun twist where you're like, didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
he shit on women's basketball.
She was women's basketball.
Yeah. Mario Lopez and Candace Cameron as Rebecca Lobo.
In courting Rebecca.
She nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm watching
So
all of
good.
that. I'm probably watching it twice.
Me too.
So good.
And in Spanish.
So good.
I'll watch it on ESPN Classic too.
And I'll watch the 30 for 30 because they've got to show the real one
I do.
with
All right.
reenactments.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
Giants at Raiders.
Giants at Raiders. Okay, I'm going to watch this, and the Raiders will win, I'd say, by about 8 to 10 points.
Do you think Marshawn Lynch should go back to Seattle and finish the season?
Yes.
And also,
That would never happen, would it? But
No.
he should, and he should also.
Mike Davis is better than Marshawn right now.
When weed becomes legal, it's good. He's going to have his own strain.
Oh, that's a good.
More popular than Snoop
Yes.
Yeah.
because
Because he's an athlete.
Snoop's-
Snoop just sits around the house and has fun.
Yeah.
He could be a
And
power
Snoop's-
player.
oh,
And on the
Snoop-
package, like the eyes are going to be like,
Wow.
It's gonna be a little.
Also,
the eyes
there'll
are
be
gonna
weed
real,
flavored Skittles if Skittles is real
True.
smart.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
so
know?
smart.
There's coffee ice cream.
Why not?
Why can't there be weed?
I'm breaking
Okay.
my own quick pick rules.
I'm
sorry.
going. I'm going Giants.
What?
Yeah, just because
All right. How about Eagles at Seahawks?
Ooh.
This is
that's
the game of the
that's
week,
gonna be the game
and
of the week.
of course
Well,
it-
no,
I
I
mean-
mean Steelers Patriots. Steelers Patriots, but this is a second.
Steelers Patriots is also this week.
Yes.
You know
You
what?
think that's bigger than this game?
I do.
This has NFC Championship implications.
Well, Steelers Patriots has AFC Championship implications.
Yeah, but
Patriots are 1, Steelers are 2.
oh, all right.
Seahawks
that's a
are
bigger
like
deal.
5,
I know.
Eagles are 1.
They're bigger in my heart.
I will be watching both games. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
I
say.
picked the Giants because I love you. And,
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna pick the Seahawks to defend their home turf. I think it's really hard. I think they're gonna get to the Eagles. I'm literally lying through my teeth.
Oh,
and
no.
then
I think the 12th man shows
if-
up. I think Seattle literally that will affect. I think there's
No,
no
it's-
game
yeah.
where the fans recognize if we don't bring it,
Yeah.
and it's
no, I
Sunday
think it's going to
football.
be close, and I do think the Seahawks could win, but I'm
But look what we
going to
just did
pick
with
the Eagles.
Falcons. Oh.
But I'll tell you this much. I will watch every minute of that game,
Thank you.
and I will watch the Steelers Patriots, and if the Patriots start winning, I will turn it off.
Oh,
Love that.
Okay. That was said so
Do you think
divisive.
Russell Wilson is MVP? Do you think this is him and Wentz going toe to toe for the? I mean, look, if we had beaten
Russell
the Redskins,
Wilson is not an MVP.
if we'd beaten the Redskins and the Falcons, and those are both his comeback wins, and then we're 9-2. You don't think he's in the conversation?
No. I mean, he's in the conversation for like 4th.
No, behind who?
Wentz and Brady. Brady and Wentz.
Yeah.
Wentz and Brady.
How many
Brady
times
and
can you
Wentz.
win it, Brady? That's
Well,
like giving.
tell-
That's like giving Allen another Emmy.
Well, when you play the Bills twice and the Dolphins twice,
yeah.
and the Jets twice, you rack up the fucking numbers.
I think we're going to win against the Eagles. I think because I don't want to say the season. Look, the season
not a
was on
bad
the
pick.
line this past Sunday. I think the division is still up for grabs, and I think if we get that, then we have a legitimate shot to make some noise in the playoffs.
I don't want.
'Cause we
I
need one
never
home
want to
game.
play Seattle.
We need
in
one home game.
Seattle. You
Yeah.
need one home
But
game.
all of our paths to the Super Bowl have been through CenturyLink, and so the
Yeah.
fact that we now don't have an opportunity to do that unless Carson Wentz goes down, and if all the teams just get injured, all of the players, and then they have to forfeit.
Yeah, there's 5 sinkholes. All the other teams in the NFC
Yeah.
go into the ground, and Russell Wilson's like, "Hey, I'm above ground.
Yeah.
They might win."
No, but I think this is how your home field advantage claim is accurate, and I think also it's Mike Davis is coming back, and Chris Carson might be back soon too, which gives us those were 2 rookies, running backs that were dope, and then got injured in classic Seattle sports fashion. And if they're back, I think we pulled out. Jimmy Graham's playing lights out, and I think
Yeah.
we're going to target him more.
You know what?
Dwayne
Now
Brown
that you
is playing
said it,
great.
if those guys come back, they're
You
still
have an
going to
asterisk?
lose.
Oh.
No,
Oh, you sound like
I
my own
picked the
boss at
Eagles.
Albertsons.
I
That was even if you get promoted to checker, you're still going to be a piece
I
of
like
shit.
I like Seattle.
I don't know.
I
Ain't
like
said
Seattle.
something.
I honestly like they're one of my favorites.
They are?
They are.
What do you love about them?
I love the 12th man. I'm a huge Russell Wilson fan.
You
I
are?
like Pete
Oh, you're
Carroll.
lying
I
through
like
your
the
teeth.
yoga. I like everything
She
about
does.
it. I really do.
You do.
I'm a
huge.
I'm a
You've told me
big
that
fan.
before, and I
Yeah.
bought it. So
no,
okay.
I really.
We are
do.
going to fly through the rest of these.
Also, I
There's
love the
like
city
9.
of Seattle. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Here we
here
go.
we
Ready?
Let's
Here
go.
we go. Chiefs at Jets.
Jets. Alex Smith is on my fantasy team.
Alex
Jermaine
Smith gets
Kearse is-
benched. Mahorn
Wow.
goes in. They beat the Jets. None of that's gonna happen.
Okay. I'm going Jets.
Chiefs.
Oh, you
Chiefs
said
are falling
for-
apart.
I know.
They are falling
Yeah,
apart.
Kansas City, dude, hold on to that barbecue and George Brett's jersey
Oh.
True that.
because that's all you got.
I literally was like, I thought the Chiefs would do their same thing. They'd go 11-4 and then choke. They're gonna go.
They did it early this year.
Oh,
Bummer. Andy Reid's such a good guy too.
I can't.
Tom Selleck will play Andy Reid. In the
Is
Andy
Andy Reid a
story.
good guy?
No, I just he looks like a.
2 of his
His
sons.
son
are
He
in
died.
looks
jail.
like Wilford Brimley.
Didn't his son die?
Well, they're both in jail. Did one of them die?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, like 2 years ago. That was a big deal. And he coached the next day. I was like, "What are you doing?"
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
that's
Nah,
why.
maybe he didn't. That story's not accurate at all. But his son did die.
Carol.
Carol. His
Carol
son did
fig-
die. So I immediately feel bad for him.
Broncos at Dolphins.
Broncos.
Broncos at Dolphins.
Yeah, Cutler's still out. He's also
Uh,
terrible.
I know, but okay, Broncos. That's horrible that his son died. I remember that now. Yeah.
Lions at Ravens.
Lions at Ravens.
Ravens.
I'm going to say Lions.
I say Lions. Bucks at Packers.
Bucks.
Packers.
Bucks.
With the old Ryan Fitzpatrick mustache alert.
Colts at Jags.
Are the Colts still an NFL team?
They for this week they are. They're going to
Boy.
Pee Wee after this.
Andrew, unlucky.
Who are they playing?
The Jags.
No, Jags are going to have to.
I'm going to say Jags.
Yeah, they're gonna
Jags
come
are in
back.
a little bit of a roll, although I want Blake Bortles out because if Eli has to go anywhere, I'll take him to Tom Coughlin.
That
and
was
the Jags.
the Jags. I mean, They lost to Dennis Quaid and his 50-year-old foot, but I think they're going to come back. With Dennis Quaid, he'll play that kicker. He played remember the rookie. Dennis
so
Quaid is the
good.
king of being like, I'm too old to play this sport, but am I?
And
We'll be
then-
right back in Dennis Quaid in every sport that he couldn't play that you thought he couldn't, but he did because he's Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, like
And
Kurt
Randy
Russell.
Quaid is also going to be on the sidelines being like, that's my brother.
Oh my God,
That's my brother.
Yeah, why wasn't he like the Clint Howard of all the Dennis Quaid movies?
He was
because he
was
jacked
great in
himself
Days
up.
of Thunder.
He was so good. He was so good in Independence Day.
Oh yeah, no, it's his
Oh, I didn't
crazy
see that
wife
movie.
that he
He's-
married that jacked with him. And
All right, we're
there's
back.
a-
We're
there's a
back.
reality show.
We're back.
We've got Rams at Cardinals.
Rams.
I'm taking Cardinals in the upset. I also need them to do that because so the Seahawks, when they beat the Eagles, will take over the division. Thank you.
not gonna
Bye.
Panthers at Saints.
Oh, that's going to be a
I
good
love
game.
the way you said Saints. I'm
gonna
picking them based on
I'm
that.
going to do Saints at home. That guy Kamara, like Camaro, but with an A.
Yeah.
Oh God, he was fun to watch.
I
Third
know.
round pick out of Tennessee. What were the Giants looking at?
Wait,
Nobody.
They were looking at Papa John's commercial.
Oh,
the Steelers are playing the Bengals this week.
Alvin Kamara.
Steelers, baby.
Oh, they're it's in 2 weeks. The
Yeah.
Patriots. Oh, sorry.
Steelers Bengals.
Steelers, Bengals, Steelers.
Yeah. Is Andy Dalton ever gonna have a? Is Andy Dalton
I
gonna?
feel like he's done.
What a
I
bummer,
actually,
dude.
you know
what?
what?
A bummer.
I think Andy
That's
Dalton.
That's not Ryan Leaf bust worthy, but that's a bummer.
Tim
no,
Couch
God,
bust
that's not even
Yeah.
remotely.
Because he had a fine
Ryan
career.
Leaf.
He had a couple great.
I think there's
Runs.
I think if you fire everybody,
Yeah.
right? You keep Dalton, and you get someone like a Sean McVay story from Chargers,
Yeah.
and you get someone that can figure him out.
Yeah.
He could have a great couple years in front of him. I still believe in Andy Dalton.
I still wish somebody would just right the ship of Johnny Manziel because that kid was so talented and
No,
just
it's
such an
that's,
a-hole.
that's just done.
What a
But what a
know,
bummer.
dude.
Yeah.
What a
What a
bummer.
bummer. Yeah.
I just wish somebody'd shake the shit out of him. Now that movie I'd watch.
Dude, Todd Giese as Johnny Manziel in the Johnny Manziel story. In I'm Not a Bum, You're a Bum. Sponsored by Bum Equipment Sweatshirts. Popular
All right,
in
are we done?
1992.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Steelers play.
Monday Night Football, Steelers
Monday Night Football?
and Bengals.
Bum Equipment was like FUBU for white kids, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Oh
what
my
it was.
God,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. All right, let's at least do college football picks. Let's just do college football picks. If you're not a college football fan or you're on the bubble, the games next week, they're all the conference championship games. But I don't think, listen, I don't have a huge, vast knowledge of college football. But I have to say, since the last couple of years going to the 4-team playoff, which has made college football so much more bearable and exciting and fair, every single game next week,
Matters.
huge implications.
Yeah.
Like basically the only thing you could say is the top 4 right now, Clemson number 1, Oklahoma number 2, Wisconsin 3, Auburn 4. Right now, listen, we record on Mondays and the official list comes out tomorrow, but that's about 98%. Right.
Yeah, it's real close.
Maybe Alabama 5, Georgia 6, Ohio State 7, give or take, whatever. But the games are as follows. For SEC Championship, Georgia plays Auburn. You could both say win, you're in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ohio State plays Wisconsin.
Well, wait, who do you choose? I have to write these down.
Oh, I was going to go through them and then pick.
Okay.
We could do that. Georgia plays Auburn for the SEC Championship. I love Erica Davis, but I'm cheering for Auburn. I feel so terrible saying that.
I know. I feel like it's an Auburn. They played
But
their
it's
hearts
that
out.
Stidham, the Baylor quarterback that I love, that transferred. I have no allegiance to Georgia, but I have to say this: if Georgia wins, I'll be very happy for Erica. I'm picking Auburn because they just are on fire.
What do
me
you think?
too. Yeah.
Auburn?
Yeah.
Ohio State plays Wisconsin. I couldn't be more all in times 100 million behind Wisconsin.
Me too. Yep.
And if they win, they're in.
Badger is my favorite type of food. Well, sandwich to get at Lobo's.
Right.
Okay, you know what that is.
Full circle.
Read the room, Adam. All right.
Oklahoma is playing TCU for the Big 12. I mean, listen, TCU is no joke, but
No.
I'll be rooting for TCU. I do not like Oklahoma. I can't stand
why?
Baker Mayfield.
Well, he's not playing.
Yes, he is. Of course he's playing.
Oh, he just got suspended for a couple.
For one rep.
Boy, and how great was that rep, though, by the backup? Yeah.
Miami plays Clemson for the ACC tournament. I'm gonna stick with Clemson.
Me too.
So
Here's
what I'm assuming is you chose TCU.
Oh, I'm choosing
no.
Oklahoma.
I'm cheering. I'm cheering for TCU, but I'm picking Oklahoma.
I want Oklahoma.
I'm picking Auburn, Wisconsin, Oklahoma, and Clemson.
Because my Aunt Shirley's from
And then
Oklahoma.
and USC plays
And
Stanford
she
on
dated Dick
Friday.
Justice. Yeah.
I'm picking USC in that game.
Yeah. The SC, yeah, for sure.
Here's what's crazy, right? You could argue this. Clemson win, they're in. Oklahoma win, they're in. Wisconsin win, they're in. Auburn win, they're in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's great going into a game where the fate is in your own hands.
Totally.
Right? But what would be kind of fun, since I don't have really a horse in the game except for Wisconsin,
All of them to.
if they all lose,
Yeah.
that's going to be crazy. Because if they lose,
What happens?
You've got Clemson at 11-2. If they all lose, Clemson would be 11-2. Oklahoma would be 11-2. Wisconsin would be 12-1. Auburn would be out. Georgia would be 12-1. Georgia would be the only, and if Georgia loses, they're out. But if Ohio State wins, they're 11-2.
Oh, shit. Then it's one big rock, paper, scissors
And
game.
Alabama
Settle it
would
all.
be 11-1. So
How do you
that
even-
would be crazy.
What happened? I mean, is there just a...
What do you do? Draw them out of a hat at that point?
There's a mathematic probably
Well, I think
solution.
Clemson, if they lose their 11-2, I think they're still in strength of schedule, and I don't think you put. But the thing is, if Miami wins, they'll be 11-1.
Yeah.
And
So
they'll have
who's
won.
winning that
so
game?
that I this is just fun. It's fun. It's fun to predict. Listen, if Alabama doesn't get in, I've already won. I can't stand
you
them.
sound like half the South. Wait, who was your Miami Clemson pick?
Oh, Clemson. It's going to be interesting.
College football.
love
this,
it.
This is the best time of year for college football.
This is literally this.
For sports,
Saturday,
actually.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
When the World Series was
baseball.
going too.
Oh, that
World
was
Series.
heaven.
Baseball postseason is, there's nothing like it.
Ah, it's the best. For me, it's March Madness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tough to compete.
March Madness is, I think, the greatest single tournament.
I agree.
But
What about Wimbledon, the first round? No, just...
Wimbledon last
Who
year.
doesn't love Indian Wells?
used to
All
love
right, listen,
Steffi Graf.
we're already running late, so let's do this real quick.
Yeah.
We've got a back on the bus that has to be discussed, and then we'll just jump to feel good moment of the week.
Great. And I've got a couple clips from the roast if you want me to play them.
Oh my God! Wait.
Will you can you actually
Give me a
send
quick
them?
thing. Yeah, send them or play them into the microphone. Your choice. They're short. They're like 30 seconds. One's 40 seconds.
Can we play him into the mic?
Yeah.
Can we play him into the mic, Aaron?
Yeah, right?
Will you also send them to
What's
me
the
too?
time,
course.
Aaron? What's the time code? Okay.
So quick backstory to that, right?
Yeah.
Josh Wolf asked me to do the Big Papi roast. I'm like, and anything. My immediate reaction was like, no, I'm not a roast comic. But then I was like, no, if I don't want to do it, and I have like trepidations, and I'm nervous because I'm like, oh, I'm not a roast comic, and that whatever. Then I should do it, and then just figure it out. So I'm like, oh, what if I do it as a character? And then like be like a Yankees fan, like because it's roasting Big Papi and Anthony Mackie was on it, and Bill Burr and Gronkowski and Dustin Pedroia and Sarah Tiana. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll do it as a character. He's like, fuck yeah. He's like, he's putting it together, so yes to that. So I was like, I'll be like a young fratty New York fan. And I'm like, nobody's going to like that guy. Like,
Yeah.
I would hate that guy. No one wants
Yeah.
to see jokes coming from like a fucking fuck Papi, you know. So like, well, what if I go like full makeup and dress up like an old man? So on the season of Mad TV I did this past year, the woman who did makeup on it did makeup on SNL for a little while. She's like top of her game. So I was like, hey, would you, if I flew you out and put you up, would you like make me up like unrecognizable, like a 70-year-old man, and so I can do this roast? So it worked out.
Oh my God, this
And
is awesome.
we worked out our jokes the night before at Laugh Boston. Sarah Tiana, Anthony Mackie, Burr, and I, and Josh, and Burr, you know, and he and I had like kind of we had like light conversation at comedy clubs, and even back there, he's just like, so what are you doing tomorrow? You're fucking dressed up like Babe Ruth or some shit? And I'm like, no, I'm going to this whole thing, whatever.
Yeah.
So then we do our jokes, and then the next day I get in full, it's like 4 hours of makeup, and nobody knows what I'm going to look like. I didn't even know, and unrecognizable. I mean, I'll send you the pictures. You can like whatever.
Can't wait.
But I'm down the lobby, and we're all waiting to walk over to the House of Blues in Boston. And Burr's down there, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with him and just start trying to get in character. So I go, Bill Burr. I go, oh shit. I go, big fan. He goes, thanks, buddy, thanks. I go, yeah. I go, I got some notes for your cartoon. And he goes, what? I go, yeah, it's pretty good, but like, yeah, you know, fucking like, I don't know.
No.
There's some voices I got, like also like some of the fucking the opening shit you do. Like I just got some notes, and I start taking on my phone. He goes, buddy, he goes, fucking what? He goes, I got no time for this shit. He goes, are you fucking serious? I go, oh yeah, man. I go, you can't take some critique. I go, a real artist would take critique, Bill Burr. I go, you're a fucking prick. And he goes,
No.
yeah. And then he kind of took a step close to me, and he goes, buddy, he goes, fuck off. And then I look at him, I go, Bill. And he goes, what? And I go, it's me, Adam. And he kind of like does this like double take, and then he just goes, what the fuck, man? And from then on out, he was like, I mean, we chummed it up way more. He like, the roast went really well, and he just was like, and the makeup man had jowls and like the cheeks. He couldn't tell it was me, and he was just like so fascinated by it.
Oh my
but
God.
then we did the whole roast, and it was great. And Pedroia thought I was an old man because I ripped on him for a while. And he was just like asking Josh, he's like, who the fuck is this old man? He's like, he's really, because I probably spent, him and Gronk the most time on, but here's one of the clips. I can't remember who this is on. I think it was.
Yep, suck it all. Suck the jizz and the shit. Look, that's right, 27 championships, 27.
Talking about being a Yankee fan.
27 is a great number. It's also the number of shitty dance moves Rob Gronkowski does to impress a girl before he roofies her. Joke number one. That's right, I'm a Yankees fan, die hard. I'm a Yankees fan here in Boston.
Let's see. Let me give you another
I
one.
cannot
my-
wait to see what you look
Right,
like.
here's another one.
But Rob is the only guy who jerked off to 2 girls, 1 cup. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a fucking resume builder. In his defense, it was a celebration of him correctly counting the number of girls in the video. So that's 1, 2, fucking do it, bro.
Give me one more, yeah?
Hey, Dustin Pedroia's here. Get up for Dustin Pedroia.
In Boston, hometown hero.
Dustin, you play second base, but let's be honest, your natural position is dancing next to a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow.
Oh,
Every time Dustin hits a home run, a leprechaun gets his belt buckle. Dustin, you ugly bastard, you're so short and bald. You fucking, what happened? It's like one day God was like, fuck it. Dustin looks like a father whose kids call him by his first name.
oh,
Hey kids, it's time for bed. Fuck you, Dustin.
Anyway.
Can
Wow.
we see you? Can
Yeah.
you see
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Oh, we have to see what
we
he
have
looks
to
like.
post this. Wait,
Yeah.
so is Josh was saying like it's never gonna air? Is it gonna
So
air?
Showtime, Nesson was supposed to air it, and then they backed out because, well, TMZ was so stupid. They like pulled a whole thing on Gronk, and said like, Gronk goes after Jews, blacks, and Dominicans. It's like, dude, everybody did. It was a roast,
Yeah, that's the point
Yeah.
of a roast.
And so Nesson, and then Showtime was maybe gonna buy it, but they all just like panicked because it was too vulgar, I guess. But like, I mean.
That's the
I don't know.
point
I think
of
it would
a
be.
roast.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I have to see.
I can't wait to see. Well, while you're queuing it up,
Yeah.
I'll do
Yeah.
a real quick back on the bus, and then we'll do feel good moment of
Yes.
the week. Back on the bus. That is a segment where we put athletes with horrible behavior, or journalists, or writers, or anybody back on the bus, and we send them back to AAA. And this week it was. I don't know if you've heard this guy before. I think at this point he probably is following the Ball family bus, Aqib Talib, who literally starts a fight with everybody every week.
I love
But he's
that.
got a real a penchant for fighting. And him and Michael Crabtree of the Oakland Raiders, they started it last year. In all fairness, Talib ripped Michael Crabtree's necklace off of him.
That was aggressive.
And so Crabtree decides in the first 4 minutes of the game on a play that was not thrown to Crabtree to block Talib through the field onto the sidelines and wrestle him on the sidelines. That was the first play it was like the second play of the game. These are two teams literally vying for a playoff spot, every game meaning so much. Then the helmet comes off. They start swinging each other. The benches clear out. It's a brawl. They both get thrown out of the game in the first 4 minutes of the game. Way to suck it on the field and off the field. Back on the bus, you idiots.
Yeah, so you hate fights in football.
I'll give you a fight now and then, but not in the first 4 minutes when your team needs Michael Crabtree and your team needs to leave. These are two
that is
stars
dumb.
of the team.
That's dumb. It's
dumb.
Yeah, it's also
at least do it in the last 4 minutes. If you want to do something, just be smart about it.
Although, it's just another inside look at how high their emotions and their adrenaline is. Like, they're probably. I mean, you see, like, they're probably talking shit. And it could be a potential fight like every moment of the game, right?
Did you watch?
But some of it is like you got to be a professional.
Yeah.
And Talib also, his behavior is so bad most of the season.
It had to have been building too, right?
That's of course.
This was the first time they faced each other since the necklace incident of 2016.
Oh, well, there you go.
I know, but in the first 4 minutes. Put your
tedious.
team ahead of your fucking stupid ego.
I know.
Back on the bus.
Did you see the shot of Marshawn Lynch walking Talib off because he had to go through the locker room through the Raiders sideline?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see
It's
that.
like, I got a new weed coming out soon called Beast Mode Skittles.
The antithesis of Back on the Bus, because we're running out of time, is a feel-good moment of the week. We end the show every week with the feel-good moment of the week because, nuclear weapons and Trump and all kinds of other stuff, and the ripping off of necklaces. And this one goes to Morgan Hurd, 16-year-old surprise world all-around champion in gymnastics.
Love this kid so much.
And she couldn't have had more weight on her shoulders at 15. I don't know that I could I get upset if I had too many chores at 15. And this child led the United States literally on her
So she won the world championships?
All-around world championships.
We've not lost in 6 years.
And this gets you to the Olympics? Is that what this...
No.
Well, it is definitely the track for it, right? Everybody that went has been the last 6 years. It has been the United States that's won world.
Awesome.
Yes, they have all gone.
So
to the
she'll
Olympics.
be repping us in the Summer Olympics.
Summer Olympics.
Oh man.
Well, we hope because only 4 go now, not 5.
They just changed that.
I mean, a kid with braces and glasses doing the floor routine, like that's never been done.
Who was adopted from China at the age of 3, and her mom by a single mom.
By a single mom. But
she didn't have cable. She couldn't watch Suddenly. So I think that
exactly right.
This story has every piece of heartwarming element you want.
Every element.
And she's talented as shit.
And she's 4'5".
4'5".
Wow.
And she says, no, also, okay, so the quick other backstory, Regan Smith, who's one of our shining stars for the next Olympics.
Amazing
She's
athlete.
her teammate and roommate, and she was 2017 national championship, alternate on the Rio Olympics, heavy favorite to win the all-around. She hurts her ankle right before the competition
in
starts.
Warm-ups.
And we always win. Like, the U.S. is like Biles, Johnson, Shannon Miller, like, And so it was literally America's only hope for an all-around medal now rested on the 4-foot shoulders of Hurd, who was competing in her first world championship and had never won an individual title at an international meet.
Damn it.
To add the pressure, the U.S. team had won the past 6 world and Olympic all-around titles. And she said she hadn't really been this consistent. She did 4 events, did so consistent in every single event, took the title. And then, listen, it's a 4-page story written by Alyssa Ronick, who was a guest on the show a couple years ago. And she's a contributing writer for ESPN, the magazine. She did such a good job. But she also is a huge Harry Potter fan. She likes to avoid
tweeted
social...
at J.K. Rowling, right?
I mean,
And
adorable.
J.K. said, like...
She says
You're
the
the
best
hero
Potter
or
fan.
something.
Yeah.
Also, that's got to be doing something for the braces community. Not that like you can't achieve anything if your teeth are wrapped up.
And the glasses. I wore glasses when I was little and playing sports, and it was like demoralizing.
They weren't goggles. Were they James Worthy goggles, or were they
James Worthy goggles on a little Erin Foley? I struggle with my self-esteem,
That
which
fills
is a
my
shocker.
heart with all the
Carol,
joy.
stop laughing.
No, that's a great image, and I want
Here's
that photo.
Hurd. I'll send you a picture.
Please.
No one is born perfect.
I'll trade you quick fat for Foley goggles. How about
Sounds perfect. Here's the quote of the week. No one is born perfect. You will have imperfections. I hope more people see me and try to do sports or gymnastics with glasses. Nothing should stop you from doing something you are passionate about.
This is her that said that?
Yes.
What an
Shiny.
angel.
Her mom's killing it.
Her
Yeah.
mama was a
She's
dental
the opposite of LeVar
hygienist
Ball.
and left being a dental hygienist and took a job with Discover Card, so that she could stay home and work telecommute so that she could be with her daughter and wherever she
And
needed
raise
to
her
go.
when she's shown
Wow.
such a proclivity for gymnastics. I mean,
that's putting your
unbelievable.
kid first, and now do you think she whispers but when she goes to bed can I I've given up everything for you, sweet dreams, you better fucking pay it forward, sweet dream,
Oh, I think she's just if you don't stick the landing, mommy's gonna lose the house. Just
Yeah.
like
Just
a
real
little
throwaway
light
stuff.
pressure, just
yeah.
like a light.
Dude, there's twinkle twinkle and there's fucking bedtime threats.
Yeah, yeah. It's
these are all.
I'll get up early and make you an omelet, but if you don't get us a big time collegiate,
You better be
pro
dreaming
contract.
balance beam.
Yeah.
The way I'm dreaming
If you-
about
if you-
hammocks in Hawaii.
Yeah. It's called if you stick the landing, timeshare. Stick the landing.
Timeshare.
Um,
Happy birthday. Yeah.
That is our show.
Wait, look at this.
That was you.
No. Oh my God. I cannot. You have to send us that photo.
so we can
What
put.
does it look like?
You look like an old Yankee fan.
Unrecognizable, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Recognizable.
not. I would not believe that's you.
Show the
Dustin
people
Pedroia did.
out
Guys,
there.
can you see? They can't see.
That's
Okay, listen. I'll put it
unbelievable.
on our Facebook
Yeah.
page and on
Okay.
our Instagram, and then I'm going to take a
And the
split
clips
photo
are on my.
of you,
Oh yeah.
so that I can put these.
Yeah, that's
next
the thing
to
too is they didn't put a. I wish I would have thought.
This
to-
makeup artist,
put
by the
you
way.
as-
Yeah, because people put. I'll just get some more promo, but since they didn't air it, whatever, it's just the
Yeah.
people in the building. Maybe they look me up because people would make jokes about me, but since they look like me, they didn't really have much to work with. And Josh was like, they probably should have put a picture of you up there
Yeah.
so that they could,
Yeah.
Well, they should have done it at the end. At the very end, after you just
Yeah.
killed everybody, because if you did look, she was an epic makeup artist.
She's amazing.
I
Her
mean,
name's Jen
she
Aspinall.
is
She's
unbelievable.
She's a rock star.
yeah. I mean, look at the nag. I mean, she even told me too. She's like, we could even gone more stuff with the eyes and stuff. But that was
No, I mean that's tremendous.
way better than a young fratty. If I was just
Oh,
fuck
forget it.
Oh, no,
Poppy,
yeah. Great
yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
got to
great
have
choice.
age. You got to have age.
You got to send us that. That's
because
brilliant.
you have a little bit more respect for an older Yankee fan than a younger Yankee
yeah,
fan. Adam Ray, you are a goddamn pleasure.
Oh man,
Yes, you
Come
are,
back
doll.
I love you both
anytime.
so much. Thank you.
Come back anytime. And where can people find you and see you? And what are you up to? And what are you doing?
So I have a podcast called About Last Night that I do with Brad Williams. You were talking about how this girl is 4'5".
Yeah.
Brad is 4'4".
Okay.
So he will not be in the Olympics because of his height restrictions.
But love that dude.
Love that dude. So funny. About Last Night is our podcast. My tour dates are at adamraycomedy.com. When is this coming out?
Thursday.
Oh, great. I'll be in New York City this week at Gotham Comedy Club Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice.
Awesome.
I love Gotham. I started at Gotham.
Did you really?
Yeah, in the original location on 21st Street.
That's incredible.
Yep. Pre-show, 6:30 on Saturday. Bring 3 people and you get 6 minutes.
Did that a lot.
Kept in touch with people I did not like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So I could tell
that's
my
the bringer
anybody
game.
here travel.
The bringer game.
Yep, the bringer game.
Yeah.
But Gotham
is great.
Go to Gotham, everybody.
Yeah, so Friday through Sunday, and then all my tour dates at adamraycomedy.com, a bunch up there, and then some TV stuff and movie stuff, but not till the spring.
What's your
Nice.
social media? What's your Instagram?
Oh, Adam Ray Comedy on Instagram and Twitter.
I'll link everything.
Great.
We'll put it all up.
And anytime you do anything, you'll let us know and we'll link it and put it up.
I love
we
that.
will.
And every time I see you in the heat, I scream out, "I know Adam!"
Oh, do they still play that on FX and stuff, right?
I have it permanently bought.
Oh, do you really?
I love that movie so much.
You do?
Oh, it makes me laugh so
Oh, that's
hard.
awesome.
I saw it in the theater, losing my mind. Yeah, and plus I knew you were in it. It was
Melissa
yeah.
crushes it in that.
Oh my God.
I mean, they're both great.
It's
But
my Sandy,
Come on.
my sweet Sandra Bullock.
yeah.
Trish Suhr, what are you up to?
Girl, you know me. Go to TrishSuhr.com and at Trish Suhr for everything on
Go
social
look
media.
up Trish, find her.
Erin Foley, are you
Braid
out
her
of town
hair
this weekend?
real tight. I'm in town for 2 weeks, and then I'm at the what is that comedy club name? Whoops. I am at
Pick a city. Just pick a city.
wait. Hold on.
You can go to
Got it.
ErinKFoley.com.
Hold on. Just give me 1 second. What is the? Can I have a pen?
Time code.
Time code, Aaron. 122:35. I will be in Glendale,
Yes.
Arizona in 2
Yes.
weeks. Thursday the 14th, 15th, 16th, and then I'll be doing a special show in Phoenix, an LGBT fundraiser on
yeah.
Sunday the 17th. All the details are coming together. I'll have them on ErinKFoley.com and on Facebook and on Twitter. In town for 2 weeks, and then in Glendale, Arizona.
Yeah.
What up? I love that.
And then I will be in Tampa for Christmas with Mary and Dick Foley.
Yes.
A quick report from Mary and Dick Foley.
Yeah.
Dad decided to eat some oatmeal. It had expired in 2014. He started laughing and then pushed on through and ate the oatmeal. Okay, that was our conversation this morning. Wrapping it up with another feel-good moment of the week. My dad eating expired oatmeal. He said it was bold, but I was hungry.
Was it Quaker?
There we go.
Yeah. Is it,
Unrecognizable package because, quote, your mother buys organic.
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
so that happens. So, yep, little tidbit
Hey,
for you to take
I ate
for your
crab
week.
cakes on a Delta Airlines flight a couple weeks ago
No, you-
and got sick as a dog.
yeah, of course.
Oh.
And I such a bold move. In my head, I'm thinking, who is ever like, man, I had such good crab cakes the other night. Oh, where? Delta Airlines.
33,000 miles north of the planet.
Crab cakes on a plane is like sushi at the gas station. What do you do? Like,
yeah.
No,
Oh,
yes.
the old tuna
Nope.
sandwich and a Coca-Cola at a gas station? Adam Ray, you are an experienced traveler.
I know.
That was
It
a rookie move,
I
sir.
love crab cakes,
I do
and it was
too.
like we got a chance to sit in some first class and get the towel, and I was just like, I was
got
riding the
lured.
wave of
Riding
good
the wave.
luck.
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
like
this
you're
is
at
a great
comedy
day.
club in Tahoe and you want to smoke some weed and you randomly knock on someone's door and say, hey, I'd like to party. I was with Adam when that happened.
Knocked on the door, literally said the words,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm not. I'm a
not-
good guy. I swear, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I just smelt the weed, and our first show got over. I tried to get this all out real quick. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I hear him looking through the people. There's like 12 of them. They were there for a wedding, and they all came to the last show, and like the groom ended up like like hooking up with like one of the other groomsmen. And, like they told us all that stuff during the show. But so I hear them through the people being like, there's a guy out there. He says he's not a cop. And I'm like, they're like, I'm the comedian here. I'll give you guys tickets. And one of them goes, tell him to show you the tickets. And then they open the door and they look at me. I go, see, I'm not crazy. And they go, and I look through the people and I see them looking at me. So then I'm like, I need to present myself that says I'm not a bad guy and I want free weed out of nowhere.
Yes.
So I did like the creepiest smile you could do through people. Like I was taking a DMV photo. It was this. I was like, I want weed in Tahoe for free. Please, I
And
won't
he
kill
tells
you.
me this story the next day. I go, you did what?
Yeah.
You knocked on what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like day 2
Yeah.
of my experience with Adam
Anyway,
Ray.
yeah.
Thank you so much
I
for
love you.
coming on the
This is the
show.
best.
You're the best. Trish, you're the best.
I adore
Erin,
you,
you're
Erin.
the
We
best.
love you, Erin.
Sports Without Balls fans, friends, family have the best week of your life.
Oh, that is the